Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2020 with Southport. It is season 13. It is the final season in charge of Southport in Football Manager 2020 because basically the new game is going to come out probably about a week after season 13 finishes. That's what I'm expecting. So yeah, this is our last chance to win the Premier League. To win the Champions League? That's optimistic. We'll give it a go. Right then, as it is a brand new season, obviously, we've got a lot of transfers to talk about. One main transfer in particular, he is the Miro Butic replacement. He is English and Lithuanian, which means his name is actually quite long and complicated and I'm going to struggle to pronounce it. Before we talk about him, however, let's talk about some of the players leaving the club. We'll talk about 4 people basically leaving. It is Marko Popovic. He's a Bosnian. He's not played for us. He's now signed for Ajax for less money than we bought him for. No, way more money than we bought him for. That's good. £4.7 million. He was good, just never played. This is the player that we lost money on, Milos Svetkovic, who we signed for about £12 million, I think. We didn't really play him too much. When he did play, he was alright. He did a reasonable job, but basically Redinčić has then kind of excelled way above and beyond what Svetkovic could do. He then spent last season out on loan at Hoffenheim and broke his ankle, I think, when he was out on Hoffenheim. So we've sold him for just over £10 million. 10.25. We bought him for 23. I thought we bought him for a lot less than that. That's a huge loss. The board weren't best pleased when we did this. Somebody who I was tempted to maybe play this season is Neil McCloskey. Instead, we've sold him. He's gone to Leeds United, who are also a Premier League side. He spent seasons out on loan in some weird places. I say weird places. He spent a lot of time basically in the Championship. And then Fenerbahce last season, he signed for Leeds for £11.5 million. He's good. He's actually pretty decent, but I just don't think he was an improvement on what we currently have. So yeah, good luck to Neil McCloskey. And finally, we have recouped some of the failed investment in Sebastian Mille. He's left. He's signed for Lazio for about £25 million in total. £27 million, 22 up front, potentially another 5. So we've lost about £5 million, if that. It's not a huge loss overall. It's probably... I mean, he wasn't good, was he? We didn't need to buy him. We bought him because of the one season that he had with us in the Championship that got us promoted. He's off to Lazio. He'll have a lovely time in Italy. Right then, we have spent £108 million in this transfer window on 4 players. In fact, on 3 players. Marcelo Sayer has joined on a free transfer. He got released from Spurs. I looked at him and went, he looks alright, we'll bring him in. He's going to sit in the under-23s. He was completely free transfer, so he's not the most expensive player. We've also spent a rather large sum of money on Aaron Love, a 20-year-old English attacking midfielder / striker. He's cost £7 million signed from Crawley. There's something there. 2-star current ability, 3.5-star potential. I think there's probably a bit more potential in there. He's decent. Probably paid a bit too much money for him. Also, as this is the last season, we're probably never going to see a return on that money. Another player that we bought for probably too much money is Christian Berg. I'm pretty sure I mentioned him a couple of seasons ago. He's finally joined the club, and he's cost us £20 million. Now, Christian is good. He is very good. 2.5-star current ability, 5-star potential, only 18 years old. I just don't know what position he is. Mentally, he has some spectacular numbers there. So maybe he's a striker. Maybe he's going to play as an advanced forward. Possibly that's something that he can do. That might be what we're going to do with Christian. Right then, let's talk about the £81 million man. It is Lukas Karskemaskas. I've spent so many times rehearsing that in my head. Karskemaskas, I think, is probably how we're going to be saying it. But oh my word, Lucas is very good. He is going to possibly be a box-to-box midfielder, which he doesn't necessarily fit. But I think he's just good enough in general. Maybe even a Mazzala. Maybe that's what we do. We play him as that Mazzala role on the right-hand side in the middle of the pitch. Like I said, he has cost £81 million. It's a big sum of money. He's only cost 30 up front. The rest of it is in sell-ons and so on. But he's basically the Miro Butic replacement. And the best thing about him, I say the best thing is quite clearly his attributes. But the best thing about him, other than his attributes, is he's English. And we severely lack English players. So Karskemaskas is going to be very helpful in our registrations. Now, the transfer window is still open, so there is the potential for some further dealings to go on. There is a lot of business going on with our club. If we actually sort by fee, we've got a few other players leaving. Junior Minucci and Boubacar Ndri leaving the club on permanent deals. And then a load of players going out on loan. Bilal Boularud going to Fulham, which I think is a very good thing for him. Guillem Jimenez going to Real Betis. He wasn't going to play. I signed him because he was good and on a free transfer. He's never going to play for us. Nenad Milosevic going to Monaco on loan, which is good. Jared Annabelle to Crewe. That's going to help his development, which annoyingly we're not going to see much more of because, like I said earlier, this is going to be the final season. Pierre Ntola spending another season at Blackburn. Jerry Reitveld to DC United. I don't think he's any good anymore. And Jan Sibolka going to Viktoria Plzeň in the Czech Republic? Yeah, they are Czech Republic. Yeah, so we've done a fair bit of business. The window is still open, but I don't think we're going to do anything. No, the window's closed. The window's definitely closed. I think it closed like a couple of days ago. Yeah, it's closed. Don't worry, the window's closed. Business is done. It's not a lot of business, but we've done some. Right then, what we're going to do, we're going to go forward until just before the Arsenal game, because just before the Arsenal game is where the Champions League group stage draw will take place. And I guess this is one of the 4 competitions that we want to win this season. I want to win something. I want to win the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, the Premier League or the Champions League. Any one of those, or even the Europa League. I'll take Europa League. I'll definitely take the Europa League. I just want to win something in our final season. That would be perfect. And just like that, we are back. And we are top of the Premier League. We are the only team to have a 100% start to the season. 3 games in, 3 victories as well. We're top of the table by 2 points. 3 victories out of 3 to start the Premier League season. 9 points on the board, 2 points clear of the North London teams of Tottenham and Arsenal. We're then 3 further points clear of Liverpool and Birmingham City. Apparently, they've started off pretty well to this season. Things are going well. We haven't really been tested though. We started off with a 3-0 victory against Brighton. Claudio Barriero scoring a goal on his return to the club. Damien Tilger also scoring twice. Lucas Kauskas and Saulo scoring against Wolves in a 2-1 victory here. Then Barriero once again and Monteiro scoring against Watford, giving us 3 further points. I didn't mention him earlier. Barriero is absolutely flipping ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I was talking last season, around episode 1 probably of last season, about Edgar Rura and being the next Erling Haaland. We've already got him. Claudio Barriero is, if not as good, better than Erling Haaland. He went on loan last season at Bayer and just absolutely bossed the Bundesliga. 21 goals and 6 assists. He just absolutely dominated there. So yeah, Barriero, I'm hoping for a big season from him. He spent some time at us already and didn't score a goal. He's already played 3 times this season and scored twice. I've completely forgot to mention as well, further transfer business has taken place. All of them loan deals, big ones to leave. Lucio Itabel on loan to Hertha Berlin. We've got Keita Sissoko going to San Jose in America. Kyra Bulat going to Bursaspor. And our new signing, Saya, has gone to Guiseley because he's clearly that level of football. I don't think he was very good. So then, Champions League group stage draw is upon us. If I quickly just get rid of my face like that, we can see that we are not in the bottom seeds. We are not in the bottom seeds, we're actually 3rd seeds. And yeah, so hopefully we get a fairly simple team. Although, there's no easy games in the Champions League. Right, we've done the first 2 rounds, so we can kind of get an idea of what we can have. We cannot be in Man City and Juve, so we're not going to be in this one. Inter Milan, Real Madrid, I'd rather avoid, but then again, looking at the other options, we've got Barcelona, Dortmund, which I don't want to be in that one. We've got Bayern and Atletico Madrid. Group F is the one you want, isn't it? CSKA, Moscow and Sevilla, that's the one you want to be in. We're not with Inter Milan, we can't be in this one. Don't be in this group. Great. We're with Barcelona and Dortmund. And the 4th team then that will be joining us could be Shakhtar, Angers, Basel, FC Copenhagen or Anderlecht. I take Angers. Angers is the one that I want. It's Shakhtar. Shakhtar's not awful, but there were easier draws. There were definitely easier draws to have. I think we've probably got one of the toughest groups. Speaking of tough matches, we've also drawn Manchester United in the Carabao Cup 3rd round. So my hopes of winning the Carabao Cup might also be going out the window. Right, we're going to go forward now then to play the Arsenal game, and hopefully we can continue our winning start to the season and maybe be top of the table come the end of this episode still. Right then, match day number 4 of the Premier League season, up against an Arsenal side who we've only beaten once in 11 times that we have played each other. They've beaten us 7 times. We don't beat Arsenal apparently. So I didn't really pick a good match to begin this with, did I? The starting lineup then at the Emirates Stadium will be Varro in goal. Granger, Bamba, Monteiro and Berchtold will be our back four. It's going to be Konate, Karska-Marskas, it's difficult to say, Redinčević, Tilga Saulo and Barriero as our main striker in this one. Arsenal look like they have a squad filled with all of the very good youth players to sign. Literally their midfield is just filled with players who are absolutely stupid. Although Sancho is now 31, Mariba's 28, I didn't know, why did I click on him? I've never heard of Riccardi, he's also very good at football, and Tete is also pretty good. I wouldn't say he was a winger. I'd probably retrain him as a striker if I had an opportunity. I won't, he's 31. So the season has started exceptionally well. I'm not really hopeful for this. I'm expecting Arsenal to just do one over us because they always seem to do that. And Terry is their left back. And I always remember Terry because he's got a weird surname, but his first name's Terry, and it's funny to me. Tete with the corner for Arsenal, just 8 minutes on the clock. Sancho has an effort. It's taken a few deflections. Can we get this ball clear, please? Mariba back to the corner taker. Tete hits the first man. The ball trickles off for a throw. We have survived the first attack from Arsenal. Bit questionable defending. File with the free kick. Ishmael across. Mateus Henrique. I'm pretty sure we might have played Arsenal in the final game of last season. Or in the final episode of last season anyway. Sancho now has the ball for Arsenal. Runs through the gap. Finds a bit of space as well. Konate's there with him. Goes for a placed shot. But Varro makes a very simple save. File with the goal kick. So we're clearly getting chances if they're having goal kicks, but they're clearly not good enough because we're not seeing them. Tete to Riccardi. He's going to run forward in towards the centre circle. Now across to Mariba, the former Barcelona man. Finds Sancho. Lovely bit of control to get past Berchtold. His long-range effort, though, blasts wide of the goalkeeper's post. We've got ourselves a throw. Is this our first proper highlight? Barriero back to Berchtold in the middle. Finds Konate. Alsane Konate forward to Barriero. We need a runner, or do we need a runner? Barriero keeps going it alone in towards a penalty area. Slide tackle gets it to Berchtold. Back post is Saulo, and we are 1-0 up against Arsenal. Saulo with the goal at the back post. That was against the run of play, but I don't care. We're winning. Just end the match now. End the match now. Keep everything this way. We will be top of the table by 4 points because Spurs are not winning their game. Obviously, Arsenal aren't winning their game because we're beating them currently. Well, half-time, we are 1-0 up. Not a lot really happened in the first half after we scored our opening goal. Do we really do anything? Colo Torre's team talk wasn't the best, so we will just try and fix that very quickly by passionately saying, you weren't that bad. There you go, everyone is fired up. Tilga is on a 6.5, but the only thing we can really do is put Saulo onto the right and then bring Cornioli on, which I'm not against. Actually, I'm so not against it, we're going to do it. There's an early chance, or an early highlight, 30 seconds on the clock. Mariba to Riccardi for Arsenal. Plays it backwards to Ishmael. Ishmael's going to go all the way back to the goalkeeper, File. Chelsea have taken the lead against West Brom. I don't know whether that's relevant. It's probably so early on in the season. I don't think anything is relevant right now. Riccardi has the ball, runs forward over the halfway line to Tete. Gets the ball back. It's now on the right-hand side for Belfiore. Can he get his cross away? Tete with a Rabona. Tete's just assisted with a bloody Rabona. Don't rub it in. Why can Tete not be David Dunn? Like, if he was David Dunn, that wouldn't have happened. Barriero's having a bit of a shocker at the moment. I'm going to give him a get creative to see if it does anything. Granger's on a 6.3 because quite clearly having somebody do a Rabona against you is not a good thing. We're going to do Barriero off. We're going to bring Edgar Rura on. We're also going to do Javier Leao as a left back. That is all of our changes. I wanted to bring on Christian Berg. I want to try and give Christian Berg some games, but Rura is basically a better footballer at the moment, and he was our top goalscorer last season. Leao forward, doesn't find Cornioli, it's cleared by Arsenal. Holmqvist, the goalscorer, finds Fabio Silva, the now Wolves player, straight into Varro's hands, who makes a reasonable save, I guess. The ball goes off for a corner. I'm pretty sure that is Tete taking it. It is Tete taking the corner towards the front post. It's gone over the goalkeeper. It also goes over the bar. It is still 1-1. I think we've dropped down to second because Spurs have a better goal difference, I guess. That's a penalty. Yep, there was a push. You know, sometimes you can just tell when a penalty is about to happen. Monteiro is the player who conceded the penalty. Mariba versus Varro. Varro goes the right way, but he didn't dive far enough, and we're going to lose against Arsenal, even though we took the lead. And because now we are losing, we've dropped down another place into third. Spurs and Arsenal top the table. Konate with a corner. Can we get ourselves an equaliser? It's Redinčević, and Berchtold is there of all players. Christopher Berchtold gets his first goal of the season. It's 2-2. Radinčević with the assist. Berchtold has got a goal and an assist in this game now. Man City are 5-0 up against Birmingham. Not that that was relevant to anything that's happening here. I can't do any changes. Cornioli's having a shocker on a 6.4, so his substitution onto the pitch probably wasn't the best idea. Let's give him show some passion. Is that a good idea? 4 minutes of injury time. Edgar Rura's there. Have we just done this? Have we actually just come from behind to beat Arsenal in the... Well, here we go then. Right, let's play around with this and try and shore up the defence, I think. What have I done here? I have no idea, but this is what we're going for. I've moved Leao into a central defensive position. Cornioli's going to drop to be a left wing back. He can't play there, but we have no more subs, so he's going to have to try. Konate's going to be a half-back. I don't know whether he's going to be any good. We've made Casamascas as a Carrilero. Radinčević is still a Mazzala, but he's dropped from attack onto support. I've moved Saulo into the middle because basically, actually, that's the thing we should probably not do because we don't have any wingers. So, yeah, hopefully it's just going to work. We've also gone defensive. We've gone very defensive. Not very, we've just gone defensive to hopefully shut up shop for the final few minutes. There's a highlight straight after the goal. This is not ideal. File has it then. We've got 3 minutes and 15 seconds to play. Riccardi plays it across to Tete on the right-hand side. Cornioli, who's not a defender, just lets him get past him. Riccardi keeps going into the penalty area. He's gone for goal. He's hit it wide of the post. We got a bit lucky there. They certainly do know to attack Cornioli because that's not his position. The full-time whistle goes. A 3-2 victory against Arsenal. Only our second ever victory against Arsenal. And we are still top of the Premier League with a 100% record. Not going to lie, a little bit relieved. I'm a little bit relieved from that. So, Spurs must have won their game. They did. They beat Sheffield United 3-0. A Granelli hat-trick in finishing off in the 94th minute, which means they're still just 2 points behind. But because we beat Arsenal, they don't close the gap. Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea and Southampton all leap ahead of Arsenal. That's a lot of teams to go ahead of you. Right, that is going to do it for this episode. Next episode then, looking at what fixtures we've got, I guess we have to start with Barcelona. I'm not really sure that's a good match to be playing on camera, but we're going to go for it. It's going to be Barcelona and it might be Liverpool. We might go for Liverpool, we go for another Merseyside derby, or maybe even Aston Villa. I don't know. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Football Manager 2020 with Southport in the Premier League, and in the next episode in the Champions League against Barcelona. If you did enjoy, do please remember to leave a like. If you are new here and you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. I'll be back next time with more Football Manager. I'll see you later.